Good morning. Hey there. At least it's morning where I am. We have so many people in different time zones, so maybe it's not morning where you are, but welcome. I'm really excited to see you here, and my daughter Hayden will let me know from a distance that you can hear me okay. So you can also feel free to ask questions as we go through our video today. So today I'm very excited about starting our 5-day challenge, and it's Love Your Farm Business 5-day challenge. And today is day 1, and it's about falling in love with your customers. And you may think that's crazy, but it's the best place to start. And just imagine how much easier it would be to get out of bed in the morning and go to work and do the things you do if you were in love with your customers. And the neat thing is that when you come from that standpoint, and oh, this is funny because Hayden's calling me right now, so I hope nothing is wrong with this. Hayden, if you could see me, let me know, because I don't know why you're calling on the phone, but let me know if there's a problem listening to me. Okay, she says, are you live? Oh, yes, I think she's just late. So sorry, guys. Anyway, very excited to be here. If you can hear me, just give me a little a little message in there that you can hear everything. So today, fall in love with your customers. And the reason I did the whole challenge all together is because we're getting ready to launch our course, of course, but also because I see lots of posts in the Profitable Farm Facebook group that people are having troubling customer situations. Oh, good. There was a long delay. Okay, she said, but I guess we're all good to go now. You're having some troubles with your customers, and it could be that some people have too many customers. Their problem is they have so many customers and they don't quite have enough product, and they're trying to grow, but they're lacking some resources, whether that be help, they don't have enough manpower or enough money to expand. So that's a problem with customers. Other people, of course, don't have enough customers, especially those who are newer in the business. Some have customers that are argumentative, challenging you on your prices, don't want to pay the price, don't show up to pick up product, or they're just troublesome to be around. Their voice tone is not nice, and you feel like you have to put up with them because you think you have to serve everybody. So I just want to say that I see all these problems all the time, and we're doing this challenge to help let you know, or maybe raise the awareness that marketing can actually be really fun. And we've had students in our course who take the course because they know they need to improve their marketing. And then pretty soon they're saying, oh my gosh, when I do marketing this way, it's really super fun, and they actually enjoy it. So I just want to give you hope and encourage you that if you learn some skills, and if you learn updated, sophisticated marketing techniques that you can use in today's world, it can be really fun and enjoyable and efficient and effective, and you can make money and have that dream farm life that you've been hoping for all this time, with the whole reason you went into it. So today, like I said, it's day 1, love your customers. And then every day this week, we've got Love Your Pricing. You're going to meet one of our students on Wednesday and hear about her farm. We're just going to talk all week about falling in love with your farm business, because that will be the key to your success. Because if it's drudgery and you want to hide from your customers, it's going to be challenging and difficult. So the most important thing, the very foundation, is knowing who your customer is. And that's why we're starting that on day 1. Because if you don't know your customer exactly and in a really definitive way, all of your marketing and all of your sales efforts will fall flat. So when someone calls me and says, I'm putting up ads and I'm putting up posts on Facebook and I'm doing this and I'm going to the farmer's market, and yet no one's really connecting with our message, and I say, well, who are you selling to? Who's your ideal customer? And they say something like, well, anyone, everyone who wants raw milk, or anyone who wants vegetables, which is everyone, because everyone needs vegetables. Then I know that their marketing is falling flat because they have not identified very specifically who their customer is. And a lot of people don't want to do that because of something called FOMO. And I had to figure out what that means. It means fear of missing out. So they're worried about FOMO. They're worried about missing out, that if they really narrowly define their ideal customer, which, you know, someone like me has told them is the best way to make the most profit possible to keep your farm running, they're going to miss out on sales of someone who might lie outside of their narrow definition. So I just have to let you know that the reverse is true. You really need to do a 180 on that thinking, because you're really missing out on sales when you don't narrowly define your customer. So before you create your website, or before you make labels for your products, or create a logo, or create your about page, or send emails to your customer base, or before you go to the farmer's market, you need to know who specifically your ideal customer is. And this can, I love to call it your dream customer. So this will help you, when you do this, really communicate your message of the products you have for sale and how they connect with your ideal customer. If you don't explain how they connect and how you solve those problems, coming from a base of knowing who she is, she won't feel it important to buy from you. You know, she won't see a reason to buy from you. Okay, so let's start there. And when I get, oh, Wendy, I see your comment. Oh, good. Thank you, Wendy. That's very sweet of you to say. You know, I'm very excited to say we have a ton of videos out here now. I don't know, 25 or 30 on all this stuff too. So I have more videos on ideal customer, but it's really the place you have to start. So what you need to start with is just basic things like demographics, or, you know, the gender. Is it a man or woman? And if you think, well, I have both men and women that buy from me, do I have to choose? Yes, you have to choose one, because you will see your sales skyrocket when you narrow it down to one or the other. And just to give you an example, we have lots of men and women both that buy from our store, and my ideal customer is a woman, but all the men come in our store, or the ones who do, say that they love getting our emails, they love my website, even though I think it's very feminine and it's supposed to appeal to my ideal customer, and they connect with everything I have to say. And that's because I've gotten so specific that it really connects with them. So don't worry about, you know, man or woman. You're not going to leave the other gender out. They will still find it appealing, but in order for your marketing materials and the things you write to really sink in and hit home, you've got to choose one. So choose one or the other. And then some other demographics, like man or woman, what age? Do they have children? Do they have, what do they do professionally if they work, and how much money do they make? Because when you know all these things, then it gives you an insight into their life and their lifestyle and what's important to them. You'll even go further and you'll learn about their values and beliefs. And then when you write an about page on your website and it reflects your ideal customer's values and beliefs, they read that and they think you read their mind, and that builds trust. And in today's world, people buy based on trust and relationship. So you're building that trust and relationship when you can describe your ideal customer in your emails and your marketing materials and your labels and your websites and your little postcards. They connect with you and they buy from you. So it is truly, that's why we started with love your customers on day one, because you truly need this information before you can write anything else or create anything else, that even your products that will appeal to them and build your successful, profitable farm. So a good way to do this, oh, Ashley, we're getting into this. So she says, how do you determine your ideal customer? All right, so this is a combination. If you do not have any customers yet, you will make most of this up. I also want to say that your ideal customer is going to change over the months and years, and that's fine. She will evolve. And the other thing I want to point out is we spend probably, we have a 2-hour or more training in our course about this. So the things I'm touching on here today will get you started, but if you want more, we go super in depth there, because it really transforms your marketing when you do that. But where you can start is imagine your ideal customer if you don't have any yet. But if you do have customers, even if you only have 5 customers, I want you to think of your absolute favorite customers, 1 or 2 or 3 to start with, no more than that. Still, I've been doing this for years. We have thousands of customers, and my ideal customer is based on 3 customers and some imaginary stuff mashed together. Okay, so it's okay if they're imaginary to start with, but take your most favorite customer that you have right now and write down all the things you like about that person. What makes them your favorite customer? And what I'm talking about is that customer that you wish all your customers were like. So, you know, you probably have 1 or 2 or 3 customers that you wish all 100 of your customers were just like her. So why is that? What are those traits that make you wish everybody was like her? And just make a list of that. And it's important to write these things down. When you do the work of writing it down instead of just thinking about it, it makes it more real. And when you describe this person in the way I just went through all the demographics and everything and what I've just described, and you have it on paper and you have it next to your computer when you're creating emails or signage for the farmer's market or labels, or you're talking with a person who's working on your website, then you have an exact dreamy person there that you're writing to. And the person who reads your materials, even if you've never met them before, will trust you and want to buy from you, and they will feel like they matter to you. And people buy from you when they feel like they matter to you. So I cannot stress enough how important it is to do the deep work on this. So like I said, it could be an imaginary and then based on some real customers you have too, and have this description next to your computer. And you know, it's really important to spend a lot of time on this and get it dialed in at first. So then I want to relay a few ideal customers of our students. And it's interesting. The other thing I want to point out is when you identify your ideal customer, always your ideal customer, each of us will have a very different or a, you know, somewhat different looking person. So right now, you know, our last course we taught, we had 45 students in it, and we had 45 different ideal customer descriptions. So when you come from that place in your marketing, there is no competition with other farmers. When I read all 45 of our students' ideal customer descriptions, and that's who they're marketing to, all those farms can be within the same 20-mile radius, and they're all going to have their own customer base. That's why I just say over and over and emphasize on the Facebook group and everywhere that when you practice relationship-based marketing like we teach, there is no competition. There is no competition from other farmers, even if they're doing the exact same thing you do. I know that. I have several raw milk dairies around me. We each have our own very distinct set of customers because of that. The other thing, and this relates to, we had a post, a thread in the Profitable Farm this week of someone had a problem customer and people were giving her advice. When you have your ideal customer description written and you're very clear on who that is, it's really easy then to let go of those people who don't fit that, those problem people. And just a reminder, you do not have to serve everybody who comes to you for a product. As a matter of fact, you're doing yourself a disservice and probably your customers that you love, because you can't serve them in the best way possible if you're allowing these problem customers in there, whatever that problem or challenge might be. Maybe they aren't good communicators. Maybe they're challenging you on your price. Whatever reason, you are not obligated to serve everybody in the world. You're obligated to do the absolute best for your ideal customers. And it's so easy when you know who that is to let those problem people go, because they're going to do you in, they're going to do your business in, and you're going to lose customers from it. And so just let them go elsewhere. And also, it takes valuable time from you serving your current customers when you have this problem customer. And I want to go back to that thread on the Facebook group, because people were spending, I mean, this went on over a few hours time. People were focused on this one problem customer. And I thought everyone could have taken all that time they spent trying to figure out how to serve an unwanted customer or a troublesome customer, and served their current customers and made more money, more profits, become more sustainable in doing so. So if you're spending 2 hours dealing even mental stress, mental anguish over this problem customer. It's taking away from you building your profitable farm. And remember, 80% of farms go out of business by the 2-year mark. So you have to, if you want to stay in business, you really need to figure out how to connect with those people who need your product and are your ideal customer. So that's just another side note of how having that ideal customer description helps you. It helps you say no to those troublesome customers that will only affect your business negatively and impact your current customer base negatively too. All right, so I thought I'd share with you a few of our students' ideal customer description to give you an idea of how specific you need to be. So Crystal says, our ideal customer is a woman aged 25 to 35 with young children. She works a side job, something that she's interested in to help support the family. She's passionate about her beliefs and tries to incorporate them in every aspect of her life, but like most young families, is crunched for time. So if it can be made more convenient, she's glad for it. She enjoys cooking, being outdoors, being able to incorporate the family in those activities. She's active politically in environmental and social justice issues and is willing to go the extra mile to support those who share her beliefs. So you guys might be overwhelmed right now, like, whoa, how did Crystal come up with that? That's crazy specific. And yes, it is. And this is an example of the really deep work we coach people on because when you go this deep, like Crystal did in her ideal customer description, she can write an about page that reflects all of that info I just read to you. And she can write marketing materials and have handouts and have her employees if she has employees at the farmer's market or if she's at the farmer's market, they can all be speaking with this 25 to 35-year-old woman in mind and the part-time work. She's crunched for time. So when you use the words that your ideal customer uses and her values and beliefs, she trusts you, wants to support you in charging whatever price you charge, and your farm will be profitable, okay? So let's see, Crystal. Oh, Crystal, I'm so glad you're on here because I got to read your customer description. And Crystal says right here in the comments, she says, it's a combination of my favorite customers and who I would like to attract. And that is absolutely perfect. That's what exactly what I do too. It's a combination, mine is a combination of my 3 favorite. And like I said, it will evolve over time. So when Crystal comes back next year to give us a new ideal customer definition, it could look a little different because your customers evolve over time as you work with them and grow with them and write blog posts and emails to them. They tend to get more educated, so then you can speak to them at a higher level as the years go by, and your marketing will just connect with them even more. And when, back to the fall in love with your customers, when you have this ideal customer description, like Crystal, like I just read you of Crystal's, it is fun to sit down and write an email to this one very specific ideal customer and then click send to your email list of hundreds or thousands of people and watch all the responses come in where they say, oh my gosh, you read my mind, or how do I get some of your product? I need some today, or how can I order? How can I pre-order? Do you have a wait list? When you get this specific in your ideal customer, that translates into dollars and like nothing else. Okay, so I just can't emphasize enough how important that is. All right, and let me see. Here's another one. Christopher Simpson. Christopher even named his ideal customer, and mine is named too. I gave her the name of Jennifer. You can name her or him or not. Christopher's is, Christine is 47 years old, married with 2 kids. She has a busy schedule between family and part-time work. She's concerned about her family's health and wants to provide them with nutritious and humanely raised pastured meats free from GMOs, and she's avoiding soy. Her main problem is finding pastured meats in convenient portions for preparing her family's meals. She plans her food needs in advance to make sure she never runs out and usually buys in bulk. She's also into essential oils, alternative medicine, and loves to garden, cook, and blog about good food. Okay, so that's Christopher's description. And again, I'm guessing Christopher's is a combination of his favorite customer or customers and some made up stuff, because when you get that fine-tuned and that narrow in your definition, then and you reflect that in your emails and your marketing materials, those are the people who show up to buy. They forward your information to their friends who also show up to buy, and you build this very supportive customer base of people that you love to serve. And that's when marketing becomes fun, because you can't wait to jump up in the morning and serve those people you love every day. And Sarah says, can you give an example of how you would use the information on your ideal customer in emails? Yes, so let's use Christopher's ideal customer. She's a busy mom, 2 kids, and she has a busy schedule because she has her family to take care of and part-time work. So the very easiest thing you do to connect with her is in your email. It's going to reflect, I know you're a busy mom, I know you're running kids to sporting events, and I know you don't have enough time to get a healthy dinner on the table every night. I can help. On our farm, we have these, steaks in 2-packs that make dinner a breeze when you're running between sports events. So Sarah, does that make sense? I took exactly what Christopher identified is his ideal customer and her lifestyle, and I reflected that in my brief little made-up email to her. So that's how we use it, and that's what I recommend, that you keep that ideal customer description on, print it out on a sheet of paper, keep it next to your computer, so when you email them, you have all these things in mind. Sarah says, yay, so you get it, you're connecting with it. I really appreciate that. I'm glad I can get that message across, and I love when people connect with it, because also when I teach our course, the students, about week 1 or week 2, these aha moments start happening, like just happened for you, of, wow, I finally understand what marketing is about. I was coming at it all wrong, and it truly is a joy when you're connecting with the people you love to connect with. Even if they're partly made up, you will start seeing them show up. Okay, so I'm checking time, it's 10:26. So unless anyone has more questions, I just want to make sure you know that if you want more of this, and our course, and the timing is good for you, our course is open registration starting today for 1 week. And we have a phenomenal group of farmers in there. It's a very transformational journey. You grow in every way, mentally, emotionally, your farm will grow. It's a challenging, deep course. So I'd love it if you would, Hayden's got the link in here for the course somewhere. You can click on that link to read more about it. But if it's right for you, sign up to join me and this phenomenal group of farmers and go through this transformative process. It's great. And tomorrow is day 2. Let me see. So if we see in the course, we have a private Facebook group for that too, where we'll see you there. But otherwise, tomorrow is Love Your Pricing. We're going to be back at 10 a.m. Pacific and talk about pricing. So let me know if you have more questions. Put them in here. I don't see any more for now. So Hayden's got links to put in there afterwards, and this will be emailed to you if you signed up for the 5-day challenge as well. And I will talk to you in the comments or tomorrow. All right, bye-bye, everyone.